Good afternoon, everyone, and I hope you're having a good day. So, I'm Yvonne, and I will be talking about racism in education, a historical legacy, and modern challenges from me. So, I believe that every student, no matter where you're from, should have a quality education, and there's still a lot more issues facing that. So, these students don't have the right opportunities compared to the white peers. So, when we look at the background of the history of this issue, here in the US, we have made significant accomplishments in undoing racism in our system. When we look at the Jim Crow era that lasts from 1877 up until 1954, then Brown versus Board of Education that took place in 1954, and lastly, the DeFranco segregation in the 1960s up into the 1980s. Although we made significant progress, there still has to be more to be done. We look at the geographic, when examining American history, we can consider the South during the segregation in the 1960s, the states that were the battleground to fight against racism and education. Today, there still is racial disparities that are founded in nationwide. We look at urban districts like Los Angeles, New York, and so on, that there's a huge disparity of, downtown schools versus a school in Beverly Hills. And unfortunately, one of them is underfunded and the other one is heavily funded by taxpayers, resources, and so on. So when we look at cultural experience, even today, racism persists. We can look at the predominantly Black and Latino neighborhoods, where schools are underfunded compared to predominantly white schools. When then the children who live in underfunded schools face poor grades, higher dropout rates, and higher suspension and expulsion rates compared to the white peers that actually have more resources and have the ability to go to better colleges and later on in life better jobs. So one of the things that I truly believe in actually combating this issue is actually having more funded schools. So when what could we do to fight this and make education better for children who are facing racism? So, first, we need to recognize our own bias and learn from our students. Then, schools have an implementing cultural response of teaching that can help the students and teachers to understand each other. Another factor that we can consider is providing addition funding to underfunded schools. These are some of the strategies that we could use. And with this, for example, to bring it back, that when we fund these unfunded schools, we give these children an opportunity to learn and actually get into better universities, that this will actually be a net good for everyone. And right now, we have to get the government involved. Meaning by that is there should be equal opportunity in giving money to all schools that need it, not just the white schools that's overly funded. So this would actually dramatically drop crime rate, probity, and give opportunities for students. So this is why I believe that there is still racism in education, and we have made great strides to fight this when we look at our past during the 1960s with Jim Crow. And now looking back now, we could still make some changes. And I just want to say thank you everyone for listening in and learning about this issue. And I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you so much and have a good day.